What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dollar Mike, aka Michael Mitchell, back at it again with another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about 7 things that you can do to save more money. I actually stumbled across this article on CNBC Make It or CNBC Money, whatever you want to call it. But CNBC is basically supplying all the different facts and stuff for this video. But I thought I would just talk about it because it's a really good article. So let's get right into 7 things that you are possibly not doing that could save you some more money. Let's go. So yes, as I mentioned before, this is an article on CNBC Money Make It or CNBC Make It. If you want the link to the article, it'll be the first link in the description. And the article is actually titled, "America, Stop Wasting Your Money on These 7 Things If You Want to Retire Early." And that's a quote actually taken directly from someone that actually retired at the age of 38. So basically, I read the article and I went over the 7 things in there, and I kind of just had thoughts on each and every one of those things and how I feel about those things. So that's basically what we're going to talk about, my thoughts on each and one of these things that save them money, that allow them to retire early. Because if you can retire at 38, then I'm pretty sure you have a good life, you know? Maybe you don't, but I mean, I would personally like to retire at 38. I don't want to work till I'm 55, 60 years old. Nobody really wants to do that. It's just like the way things play out, you know, but whatever. That's another talk. Let's get into the video. So the first thing actually on the list, and this is according to a 2019 survey of more than 2,000 Americans, 69% of them said that they wasted money dining out. Now, I don't know how many times in my videos where I've said I spend too much money on food. This is 100% fact. This is still 100% fact to this day. For me, in my case, I just spend too much money on food. I don't know about you guys, but I spend too much money on food. Me and my girlfriend included. Spend too much money on food. You could easily cut your money back on food or drinks by not going out to eat when your friends ask you to go out to eat. Maybe not going out to the bar when your friends ask you to go to the bar, or to the movies, or to the club. It really doesn't matter. It's so many ways you can cut down on your food budget or just spending money on food going out. It's not even funny. But this person here said on average they spend about $210 on restaurant meals. This is monthly. $210 on restaurant meals, $189 on drinks, $178 on takeout or delivery, and another $173 a month for buying lunch. Now, me personally, I don't really do that every day. I used to, actually. I used to buy lunch like almost every day, but I don't do that anymore. Make your own lunch, take your own lunch to work with you, or do whatever you have to do to save money. Pretty easy stuff. But as far as takeout and delivery, those things add up so fast, you'll be very surprised. Those DoorDash fees, those Uber Eats fees, all that stuff, you guys know. I mean, you get on DoorDash, you want to order something, and then you see a $4 delivery fee. I mean, you don't want to go and get it. So you guess you're paying that $4 delivery fee or whatever the fee is on any of those platforms. So that's just one thing to take into account. Food budget is definitely the biggest thing, and that adds up to about $9,000 a year possibly. So easy savings. You can put that in investing. You could just put that in general savings with a high interest savings account. Make sure you check that video out, and you'll be golden. Easy savings right there. $9,000 a year. Come on. The second thing on the list is actually phone upgrades. I'm also guilty of this. The last year I actually didn't decide not to upgrade my iPhone because I felt like I didn't really need to upgrade it, and the jump just wasn't that big, so I didn't upgrade my iPhone. That's perfectly fine. I actually saved money doing that, and it worked out. The iPhone's doing just fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but I will be probably upgrading this year, and we'll see about the years coming, you know, the years going forward in the future. But regardless, people upgrade their phones every single year. And for our smartphones, like this article says, smartphones are essentially getting so good where you don't need to do that. Back in the day, you know, after a year or so, your phone was like, it was tired. It was tired of you. You were ready for a new one, but you might not have been able to afford it, or maybe you could and you just went ahead and bought it. Regardless, now you don't need to do that, especially when you're spending $1,200 to $1,500 on a phone. I know for sure, I don't know how much you guys spend on your phone, but this phone, when I bought it, was $1,300. Because I had the storage, it's Apple, you know, whatever. But $1,300. So I was like, keeping this phone for a year and then going to buy the next one. Hey, you can do that, but I'm just saying that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money saved. You can save about $600 a year by not doing this, maybe more depending on what phones you buy. It all comes down to that. But this year, personally, I'm upgrading, but this thing still stands. Don't upgrade your phone every year unless you really need to. And with these new phones, you really don't have to. The third thing on the list is clothing and apparel. So basically what you're wearing, your watches, I don't know, your jewelry, all that kind of stuff goes into clothing and apparel. And it says here that the average American spends about $1,866 per year on clothing and apparel. Personally, I think that's kind of a low estimate, but that's according to the 2019 Go Banking Rate Report. I don't know what that is. Regardless, I personally think that's a little low. I think people spend a little bit more than that on clothing and apparel each year. I know for sure for me, I used to spend a lot of money on clothing and apparel because I used to buy watches all the time, which I kind of cut back on. I still enjoy watches. I still like watches, but watches in general, that's like a nice watch, $300-$400. You don't have to get that watch, but it's just like it's personal taste. So it's what you like. Regardless, people might buy designer brands. In that case, your numbers are skewed all the way up. I mean, you go buy a pair of shoes and they could be $200-$300 depending on what you're getting. Not everybody does that. Other people will just be fine with some Vans that can cost $40. Other people might want some Jordans that cost $250. I'm not saying one is better than the other, one's worth it or not. All I'm saying is it's expensive stuff. So if you can cut back on those things, on those tendencies, then why not? Especially if you're looking to save money, it's no reason to be going out here spending this much money on clothes, considering there are so many good options. And generally speaking, I don't know. Me personally, I've kind of grown into a more like minimalist type of deal when it comes to my clothing. I like to be more laid back. I know this shirt probably isn't the most laid back thing. It's kind of like taking everything away. But basically, it's not monotone. I still wear colors and everything. Go check my Instagram. But I don't know. It's just more plain than what it used to be. I used to wear a lot of graphic tees and stuff like that. But I mean, I just grew up. I don't know. I just grew up. But regardless, you can easily save money on clothes. It's not a big deal. Just stop buying less clothes. You can easily find deals on clothes. It's not a big deal. You can go thrifting, all these different kind of things that I've done personally and really enjoyed. Like, I never thought I would enjoy thrifting, but I actually enjoy thrifting. I feel like it's better for women because I feel like it's just more options for women when it comes to clothes, but thrifting for guys is cool, bro. I'm not no cat. Like, it's fire. I like it. So that is the third thing. Now, the fourth thing never applied to me, but it does apply to a lot of people, and that is buying lottery tickets. I feel like this is more of a older crowd type of thing. I don't really know. I don't know if you guys are between like 18 and 24. Do you guys really go out and buy lottery tickets unless like some Mega Millions crazy stuff? That's the only time I really go out and buy a lottery ticket because I know the odds of the lottery are basically slim to none. You'd be better off just putting your money in the stock market, which is also just crazy right now. That's a whole separate video. But regardless, I don't really buy lottery tickets like that. My dad spends a lot of money in lottery tickets. So I see where they're coming from with this. And it says here the consumers spend on average $86 a month on lottery tickets, which is absolutely ridiculous. There's no reason to be doing that. When you play the lottery, you usually always come out with less than what you went in with. That's just like going to casino. It's basically the same thing. You, like I said before, you do better off just taking that risk and putting your money in the stock market than just playing the lottery. But I mean, I understand it's a gamble. It's fun. It is what it is. It gets that drive in your body going, whatever. Save some money. Don't buy these lottery tickets. They're out here scamming you. Not really scamming you. You're just not going to win. It's just that simple. It's just your odds just aren't good. And if you ditch that habit, apparently, according to them, you'll save about $1,000 a year doing that. The fifth thing on the list is definitely something everyone gets got with at least once, and that is extended warranties. How many times have you went and bought a TV, a game system, a PC, a monitor, keyboard, mouse, I really don't know, a phone, and you bought an extended warranty for it, and then, you know, over those years of you having that extended warranty, nothing actually happened to the product. Guess what? That's just, you wasted money. Everything was perfectly fine. Of course, your peace of mind of having an extended warranty is perfectly fine. That's cool and all, but I'm just saying you wasted money because nothing happened to it. So that extended warranty never kicked in. It was never any use out of it. Regardless, if you just use credit cards, like certain credit cards you can use, like I think for instance the American Express Gold card, they have extended warranties built into those cards. When you go and buy something, you can actually get extended warranty through that. So that's my recommendation as far as trying to get around extended warranties without actually paying for extended warranties. Because if you buy something with that card, then it's automatically covered through an extended warranty. There are other credit cards, I just can't think off the top of my head. But regardless, extended warranties, according to CNBC and the newsletter Warranty Week, is a $40 billion industry. $40 billion is going to extended warranties, and people are most people, not saying everyone, but most people generally are coming out of it losing money. They're not really going to come out with a new product because generally their product is just fine. They're just wasting money because of peace of mind. I completely understand it. If you want peace of mind when you're going to buy a product, then I would get the extended warranty. But like I said before, you don't need it. For all the iPhones that I bought, actually, I've never bought Apple Care. No, I take care of my phones. Some people don't really do that. I take care of everything I really buy. So, it is what it is. Regardless, no, I'm good on that. I don't need extended warranties anymore, but I completely understand the argument, and I completely understand why people get them, and I also completely understand why it's a $40 billion industry. Regardless, extended warranties is something you can save money on if you go out and you buy a whole bunch of stuff. So There you go. The sixth thing on the list is cable TV, and as you guys know, cable TV is essentially dead. So what we're really talking about is buying multiple streaming services, because that's exactly what cable TV is now. It's multiple streaming services. If you have a Netflix, a Hulu, a YouTube TV, maybe a Sling TV with your Apple Music membership, all these different memberships, even though music isn't TV, but you get the point. All these different memberships add up and they basically equal out to the same price of just having cable TV like you did before. But regardless, if you play this system right, then you don't really need to go out and buy all those different types of subscriptions. But some people do, some people don't. Some people have 10 subscriptions, and some people have like 3 or 2 or 1. Who really knows? Regardless, cable TV, automatic cut, but people still do. The people that still have cable TV are still out here spending a lot of money on it because it's still basically overpriced. I mean, it's just the way it is. Like, my parents still have cable TV, and it's still overpriced. It's definitely over $100 a month, and they watch maybe like 4 channels. No, that's a waste of money. It's just that simple. You can't get around that. So, me personally, when I move out, won't be any cable TV or anything like that. But I also need to think about how many subscriptions I have, how I'm paying for them and whatnot, because if it adds up to the same price, then what's the difference? Regardless, cable TV, definitely something you can cut out if you want to save some money. But this is obvious. This has been around for a while now. The seventh thing on the list to save you some money when you're doing anything is just simply impulse purchases. We talked about this before on the channel, but impulse purchases is when you literally go out to the store and you buy something, you don't really think about it, and then you take it home. You regret it the next day. Maybe you return it, maybe you don't. But generally speaking, people don't return it, which is obviously a problem, because if you go and buy something for $1,000, maybe less than that, maybe more than that, it depends on how much money you have. It really doesn't matter. You go and buy something and you don't like it, or you don't use the product and you don't return it, guess what? You just wasted your money. So what you need to do when it comes to impulse purchases is, if you see something you really like, that you really like, and you really think you should buy it right then and there, just don't buy it. Wait 1 day, maybe 2 days, sleep on it, wake back up and be like, do you really want it? Do you really need it? Then if you still feel that way, go ahead and buy it, but I would make sure you could see if you could return that for the same exact price you bought it for, just in case. But you know, if you slept on it for 2-3 days, I'm pretty sure it is something you might really want. You don't always need to get everything you want, but I mean, what's fun in life if you can't really get what you want, you know? I mean, it's cool to have stuff you need, but I mean, everybody still wants stuff they want, you know what I'm saying? It's that simple. Regardless, impulse purchases is the seventh thing on the list, and it is something to take pretty seriously because people do it all the time. So those are 7 things that could save you some money if you don't know that already, and also my opinion and my thoughts and everything else on those 7 things. Regardless, that's about it for this video. I actually have to go like right now, but that's about it for this video. So I want to say thank you for watching this video, especially if you stuck around the whole way. I make videos all about personal finance, all that kind of good stuff on the channel. Make sure you just check out the channel, hit that like button on this video if you liked it, and that's pretty much that. So I'm out. Dollar Mike. Peace.